Hey, welcome back. Good to see you. Right then, I thought I'd better give you an update on where I'm at with my makes. A couple of videos ago, I did a makes video, what I plan to make over the coming weeks. So I'm slowly making progress. So the next thing I've made on the list is another Frankie tee. This is the Frankie Baseball Tee from Tilly and the Buttons book Stretch. I made one of these the year before last, I think, and I'll pop a link to that video here. And I made a lovely white and blush pink version. This is a beautiful pattern. It's dead easy. If this is your first go at sewing jersey, I recommend it. It takes a little bit of care around the neck, but everything else is a doddle. So what I mean by that is the sleeves, because they're raglan, they are sewn in flat, so there's no pinning around the armhole for you. It's completely flat, dead easy to do, and the seam is sewn all the way down there in one go, and it's so satisfying. Another reason I like this pattern is the shaping on the waist. It's very feminine. Lots of baseball tees, as you'd imagine, it's a fairly masculine style garment. Can be boxy, but this one's cut in beautifully on the waist. I'll try and get it here for you. If not, I'll pop some links so you can see there. And it just dips down in a nice area at the back. So this fits me really well. Don't ask me what size I made because I can't remember, but I think it's a 5. The reason I can't remember is I made a template of the pattern and I've lost the original sizing on it, so naughty me, I should write that on really. The only alteration I made for this tee is I add cuffs to mine because I'm lanky and I always struggle with sleeve length on everything I make because no one is built like an albatross as I am. So that's fine. Here's a tip for you. The neck piece, always cut it out a little bit longer than the pattern and then you've got room for manoeuvre. So I did a little tutorial on Instagram and it's at the end of one of my other videos. I'll pop a link to it here, showing how to insert this neckband. And it's nice to have a little bit more fabric. So you basically need about 75% of the neckline to create this neckband. Now, I worked out too that the cuffs tend to be about half the neck measurement. So that's dead easy. So to create these, I just made half that and folded it over and made them in the same way. And that's really handy to do. If you're an unusual size or you like things tighter or looser, then obviously you can fit that to you. So yeah, I'm dead pleased. I wanted a grungy top, didn't I? Something less floral, a bit more wintry, great for the cooler days that we're having here at the moment. And I'm really chuffed. I also added the little motif, which is an option in the book. There's a pattern piece for it too, so it's not something I've created. And it was a good chance to get out the old satin stitch or close zigzag stitch, whichever you want on your machine. Tilly also specifies what stitch length you actually need to create this, so you don't even have to think about it, which is perfect. So I'll give you a close-up of that. I've zigzagged the neckline just to keep it held, and then that's covered over the little applique piece. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. It's nice and nondescript. I need more basics like this in my wardrobe. And I'm getting quite into the old leisure wear thing. I know in the States, I think you guys call it athleisure, don't you? Or active wear. And I like all that cozy, comfy stretchiness. And if you've never sewn with this jersey, I stock it in my online store. It's called The Perfect Jersey. I've got it in a few colours, but I've got more of the black and the grey. So I bought a little bit extra in for you in case you wanted to recreate this. It's stunning. I'll show you how it looks on the roll. This is the grey one. This is a mid-grey and I think it goes with everything. But the softness and the recovery it has is like nothing else. I've looked at thousands and thousands of samples of jersey and nothing matches up to this. I've tried to find it cheaper for you as well, but it's just, the quality's just not there. So I've stuck with this for a reason. It comes in all sorts of other shades. I think a lady asked me to get a lemon one for her, which it doesn't come in, sadly, but I'm still looking for you. And I'll probably expand the range of this year. So yeah, there's navy and black and white and blush and a couple of other ones I'm going to show you shortly. So yeah, if you've never sewn with this, then give it a go. The pattern's quite light on fabric as well. You don't need masses of it. You just need to remember that if you make the long sleeve version, then you'll need that length, which is great. If you're in a shop and you can't remember the details from the pattern book, just think, right, well, my sleeve bit, so if I'm doing it in 2 colours, sleeve bit's going to be about that, which for me, you can see it's more than half a metre, so you probably need a metre for a long sleeved. And then the bodice part, you'd probably need it up to a metre, depending on how long or short you're making it. But it's a really easy, quick make. Just take your time when you're going around the neck. And on that, I want to show a little gadget that I bought for you. I treated myself to this before Christmas. And this is a wrist pin holder. Because often I use one of these things. You can see it's got all sorts of threads hanging from it. It's a hangover from my childhood, really, because my mum had one of these and I bought a bigger one when I started sewing, and I do like them. But when you're pinning out your fabric and you need quick access, you don't want to think, hang on, I've got to stab it back in and put it down. And so this is a prim pin metallic, what's the word, magnetic pin holder. Now all the cool kids, like my young boy Ollie, he would snap, it's a snap band, he does the old snap thing on. I can't get it to look that cool, I'll just look like an idiot. So anyway, it clips to your wrist automatically, so there's no buckles or anything to do. There you go, that's what it looks like. Who needs an Apple iWatch? It's much cuter, far more practical. And here's your pins, and then it all sticks to that. So when you're going around your neckline and you're pinning things in, it's really easy just to grab a pin and pop it back, and it's really magnetic. It's a good strong hold, that, so they're not going anywhere as you're moving around your sewing machine. So if you want one of these, I'll pop a link to it underneath, and you can find them on Amazon dead easy. So yeah, there you go. I thought I'd share that with you. I do like a bit of sewing tech. So there you go, that's a little update on the top I've made. I'm going to get to the blouse and the cord skirt next, which I promised you. I've also found another fabric that I'd like to make that blouse in, as well as the one I planned, because there's so many good Georgettes and crepes out at the moment. So how about I show you some new fabric? I've not done a fabric haul video for months and months and months, and I know you find them helpful. Even if you can't buy from me, or you live too far away and the postage is too expensive, don't worry. The purpose of this next feature is to show you and describe to you lots of different fabrics, so that it'll help you if you buy online, and also if you're buying in store as well. Hopefully you can find out a little bit more about some of these fabrics which have a mix type of composition, but all will become clear. So let's dive in. Right then, we may as well cover jersey first, haven't we? So you've seen the mid-grey perfect jersey. I'll pop a link to this below if you'd like some. It's 95% cotton, 5% spandex, and that's what gives it the good recovery. This is a great one for leggings too, because it's not see-through at all. It's just brilliant. Even the white one, most of these jerseys I've seen samples of show your bra underneath, and it really irritates me, but this one is the best one I've found. Sometimes you can see a slight, if you've got something super white underneath, but if you wear a nude bra underneath a white jersey, it's just great. It looks far neater and much smoother. So there you go, there's the grey one. Now get ready for these. Don't adjust your sets. Get your sunglasses out, because here is a mega bright perfect jersey. I've called this the Poppy Pop, and it's this wonderful grey and crazy floral print. Now this would work really well as an accent piece, or you could go all out and make a fab dress. So you could make dresses, tops, t-shirts, leggings, pyjamas. It would make some amazing summer pyjamas. I could imagine matching some cuffs to the little red flowers, the poppies. The sky's your limit, really. So if you wanted to sew something like the accent, or make the sleeves in this and use a different background, or make the bodice in this, you've got lots and lots of options with a print like this. So it doesn't always have to be all out floral. So that's the Poppy Pop perfect jersey. Now I couldn't resist as well buying it in a beautiful dolphin print. So this is about as summery as it gets, doesn't it? And it's a slightly ivory background, this one. So if you have got the perfect jersey in white already, it is a little bit less white than the other one. So you can't really match them up to that one. But it's got some gorgeous navy dolphins. Try not dazzle you too much. And these are all wide, they're all 150 wide. So you get a lot of pieces out of these widths. And it's super lovely to work with. They wash at 40 degrees, and again you can't see through them, can't see your undies. But this would make a lovely t-shirt dress. I made t-shirt dress last year for my holiday out of, remember the gold foil leaf dress that I made? I'll pop a link here. This would make a lovely one too. I think it's the McCall, is it 6? 9, I can't remember the number. I'll pop it on screen, I always forget. But yeah, it's a super easy one to make, or just a t-shirt would be lovely. You've got to see this one. This is stunning. It's called the Mulberry Blooms linen viscose. Now this is one of those fabrics that I think is just a perfect combination. So we all want the linen look for summer. We want something wearable. We hate the creases, don't we? But we want something that's softer and drapier, and that's going to iron well. This ticks all those boxes because of the viscose content. And it's so much more drapey than a regular, really stiff linen. I love the print. It's just beautiful colourways. If you remember last year, I had that gorgeous linen viscose that I called Artist's Palette in stock, and that it just sold out pretty much after a week, and I can't get that back. This is the same range, so I was delighted when they brought out a new print, a new version. What can you make with this? Well, you could make loads of things. I'm picturing a summer shift dress, something that you can pop in your suitcase just to throw on, nice and easy to wear. You could make a beautiful shirt dress. You could make a gorgeous skirt. It's not see-through, so you don't need to line it. The sky's your limit, really. It would make a good wrap dress. One that doesn't require stretch, of course, because it's a woven fabric, this one. It's wide too, at 150 width. So yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. This is the last I've got of this one at the moment, but I'll pop a link below if you want some. But do keep a lookout for linens mixed with viscose. It's a good combination to work with.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos.
I'm dazzling you again here, aren't I, with another lovely floral bright print. This is called Rosie Blooms, and this is the pink one. It also comes in cream as well. I got this because it's about the most perfect summer fabric you can work with. I'm going to make myself a caftan for the beach, or a beach cover-up in this. It's a combination of cotton and viscose. It's very lightweight. It feels a little bit more like a seersucker fabric. So that's perfect for shirts, for dresses, for caftans, beach cover-ups, that kind of thing. You could make a lovely skirt from it. It is slightly sheer. It's difficult for you to see this here, but yeah, you may need something on the bottom half on the paler colour. I think this one would be fine to cover up your modesty, especially if you had lots of drapes and folds. So the larger the skirt, I think the safer you are really with whether or not you'd see anything underneath. And this is just going to be buttery soft when it's washed. Here it is in cream. It's lovely, isn't it? Really, really unusual. This would make a gorgeous show-stopping dress if you were a guest at a wedding in the spring or summer. Really, really pretty fabric to work with. Nice and easy to sew as well. Do 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 do, Pretty Woman. I couldn't resist getting this because I love that dress in Pretty Woman that Julia Roberts wears. This is not quite the same fabric because this is a little bit more sheer. I've got a tiny bit of this left, and it also comes in teal, which is what I'm going to make my Zamora blouse from. If you remember my Zamora blouse on my sewing plans video, I'm going to make this in the teal, and I'll tell you why. We've got an advert here in the UK for B&Q of all things, and I'll pop a picture here of the lady in the advert. I'm a bit obsessed now about recreating this blouse, and I don't want to create it in the exact shade, but I saw this and I thought, yes, that has got blouse or pussy bow blouse written all over it, and it's beautiful. Again, it's slightly sheer, so you need to be careful about what you wear underneath. So maybe a cami underneath would work well. But yeah, I can't wait to do this. We'll see how it turns out. If you're a beginner, it's not the easiest fabric to work with. It slips everywhere. When I've been cutting this for the orders that I've been sending out, it slips all over my cutting table because I have a shiny cutting table here. So I'd advise you to cut this out either, lots of you work on the floor, on carpet, that's great, or pop something else down on your cutting table to prevent it slipping. If you've got one of those heat-proof table protectors on your dining table, that's perfect. So yeah, just give yourself a bit of a leg up and go careful as to how much this moves. Lots of pins, take your time and make sure you sew a little sample before you start sewing a seam. But this would be a good opportunity to sew French seams for. It takes a little bit longer, but it would work really well because it can fray, so you do need to finish off your seams properly. I couldn't resist. I like my leopard print. How gorgeous is this? Do you know what this would make? A really beautiful maxi skirt or a maxi dress. That Deer and Doe maxi dress that I've still got on my list to make would be amazing in this. This one is not see-through at all. It's more of a crepe feel than a Georgette. It's a Georgette crepe, this one, I think. It's got a little bit more of a stronger hand than the more see-through versions, but it's just beautiful, isn't it? And it goes with everything. It is a new kind of neutral, really, leopard print, I find, and you can go all out top to toe, or you could use it to accent something. It would make a lovely belt, wouldn't it? If you had a black crepe dress, you could make a belt out of this and maybe have some collar features or some features on the pocket. So there's always a way to weave it in if you're a little bit scared of it. But this is beautiful. It washes so well and lasts a long time as well. So yeah, gorgeous. Couldn't help myself. I wasn't going to show you this next one because I don't think I've got enough stock really to be showing you this, but I'm gonna. I can't help myself. Here we go. This arrived today, and this is a bee print foil jersey. Look at that. Now this is mega wide at 150 wide. It's the t-shirt weight style jersey, so it's 95% cotton, 5% spandex again. But it's lovely, and I had a bee print jersey a year or so ago, and it sold out straight away. I didn't even get a chance to save myself any. I was going to make a t-shirt for myself, so I'll save some of this one. And I like it because it's fairly understated, isn't it? And the best thing about this is the bee motifs are going up and down, so it's not directional. If you have a quick look, you can see them going up and down there. So you don't waste any fabric, which is brilliant. So yeah, I've only got about 13 meters of this in, so I apologize, but as soon as it comes back I'll get you some. That's the thing with buying fabric, and you'll notice this from wherever you buy. It's so frustrating because fabric companies tend to get an amount of one fabric in, and when it's gone, it's gone. And the next time they then restock, it's months have gone by, and of course you've lost the moment then, haven't you? And it's really difficult for us as fabric retailers to keep that momentum going. So you'll see something and think, yeah, it's brilliant, Cheryl, oh, we sold out. It's really not intentional. It's just one of the downsides to selling fabric, I'm afraid. So what I try and do is just keep bringing you new and fresh fabrics all the time. So if you see something, grab it, because it's not likely to come back. A few things do, like the perfect jerseys. They've been in stock for a good while now, so that's great. But a little one-offs like this, you just have to grab onto. But yeah, I love the bees, and it can be quite summery as well, so you could make a lovely dress or a t-shirt. It just works really well. I like the gold in the sunshine as well. It works well, doesn't it? I couldn't do a fabric haul video without showing you something in blush pink, could I? If you've been following my fabric for a while, you know I'm a big fan, and this one is no exception. It's stunning. This is Viscose. It's the softest, drapiest fabric ever. Sometimes it's not that easy to work with because it will move around, so you need lots of pins and patience. But look at that. I love the big bold floral prints. Again, it would make a stunning wrap dress, or a beautiful blouse, beautiful shirt dress. You just need to take your time sewing this fabric. But yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? It just screams Easter, this kind of colourway. Really beautiful. Now, keeping on the lightweight theme and light and airy fabrics for summer, this is a beautiful cotton voile. Now, voile is a very lightweight cotton, 100% cotton, and if you think about voile drapes or curtains, they have a sheerness to them, but this one's not too sheer actually. You could get away with not lining this or not wearing too much scaffolding underneath. I'd like to make some summer pyjamas from this fabric and edge it with a navy piping. If you've not seen the Carolyn pyjama pattern, have a look at that. That would work beautifully. Or I think Nina Lee's done a pyjama pattern, hasn't she, with shorts, and that would be beautiful. The kind of thing you take with you on holiday, you need light against your skin if you've been in the sun all day, and this is just perfect for that. A good travelling weight too. Whilst we're on the summer fabrics, I'll show you this again. I had this last year. It's just come back in stock. And this is the fancy floral stretch cotton, and this is the smoothest, loveliest fabric to work with, and it would just make an amazing pencil skirt, or a great dress where you need a little bit of give. So if you're making a fitted silhouette, this will give you the extra help that you need to get a good fit. It would make some amazing 7/8 trousers or crop trousers for summer. It's just beautiful, so I had to stock this one again. So forgive me for showing you one you may have seen before. So on to the very last thing. Well, I went on a bit of a whim and I've decided to stock muslin, and this is a beautiful pure white exceptional quality muslin. Now, I've bought this because lots of people ask me about how or what fabric is the right fabric to line sheer fabrics that are woven in summer that won't add heat to their garment. So satins, for example, can often make something a little bit warm if you are in a hot climate or if the weather's warm, and I wanted something to act as a little barrier. And this is the best fabric because it's 100% cotton, and it's absorbent as well, so you're not going to get hot in it. And also, The reason I went on a whim is I'm going to make some of those reusable grocery bags from this. So I've looked online on YouTube, and of course there's a great tutorial. There's probably a few. I found one here, and I'll pop a link underneath in the description for you to make yours. You don't have to make them with drawstrings if you find that a little bit fiddly. You can make these grocery bags with a turnover, so you just have to sew just fold it over and sew the sides down, so you've got like a sandwich bag style to tuck into. And then you're not using plastic in the supermarkets. I know lots of people are doing it at the moment, and I'm trying to use less plastic. If you've bought from me recently, last year I started sending all my parcels out with no plastic at all. I don't even use sticky tape on 99% of them. I've got some lovely paper packaging with paper tape, paper stickers. I hope that you can reuse. Where's my ribbon? I wrap your parcels in ribbon, which you can reuse as stay tape. It's a little bit narrow for that, or you could just wrap other gifts with it. But you could save these from your orders from me and use those as the ties, which is what I'm going to use with the muslin. These work really, really well. Or just get different ribbons and cords from your stash. But yeah, it's nice, isn't it? When you've got skills to sew, it's not always about making clothes. You can make a difference as well. But I'm going to make lots of these, and you can get lots out of a couple of meters, can't you? So yeah, I thought that was a good idea. And it's not too expensive muslin either. So there you go. Here endeth my little fabric haul for now. It's just the start really of my spring summer range, and as you can tell, I love buying fabric at this time of year. I find summer wear far more exciting than the thick cosy woolens that we tend to buy in the winter, because they're so much more freeing, and there's so many more designs as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that a bit. I hope it helps as well when you're buying fabric. Thank you so much for watching and sharing that with me. A quick thank you for all your comments about my hair. It's nearly been a year. So I last dyed my hair February the 18th 2019, and I'm just coming up to a year. It's gone really white. I'm having it cut before the year's up, so next time you see me it will be probably a bit shorter. Depends how brave the hairdresser's feeling. They talk me out of it, all the time, and I'm like, nah, just cut it off, it's only hair. So yeah, I'll be quite a bit shorter next time, I imagine. But yeah, it's getting there. I followed the ditch the dye hashtags, Grombre. So if you're thinking about doing the same, be brave and have a go. It really is just hair, and it's amazing how you get used to it. And so many people have been interested and come up to me in shops and things and said, oh wow, are you doing it naturally? A girl the other day thought I'd dyed it deliberately this way. She was asking me where I'd had it done. So I'm not quite sure anybody would choose this two-tone option at the moment. But yeah, I think as it gets a little bit shorter, I think I'll get away with it a bit more, won't I? Anyway, thank you for all your lovely comments and for following along. And you take care. I'll see you next time with an update on my makes. Take care. Bye for now.